enjoying myself. I think that this is a much better idea, and I really feel like all of you, are enjoying it as well. From the feedback I'm getting, everyone says, yeah, this is way better than the streak idea. And let's also be honest, okay? The idea of the vests and the hats and the gunner glasses. It worked for a time, right? But the gimmick dies out. And it's like, well, how long are you going to do this gimmick? You're still putting on vests. You're still putting on a hat. You're still putting on glasses. And the funny part is that these things become kind of like memeable and kind of like things that people reference in both a positive but also a negative light. Like my detractors and other people will be like, oh, he dresses up on stream. I'm like, yeah, but it's don't you get it that it's just a silly thing I do? It's not like that's not the gimmick of this stream, is that Phil dresses up for you. It's that Phil's putting out content you already like. And if we hit a goal, well, then I reward with this or this. But was it really that much of a reward? Like the vest streak worked because it was spontaneous. It was something that out of nowhere, while doing a retrospective event, we saw an old video of me wearing this vest. Like, do I still have it? Yeah, here it is. I'll put it on. And then people wanted to see it as a gimmick, as a silly thing. And it resulted in months and months of support because of it, right? But after a while, it's like, okay, how long is this going to continue? And to be honest, my closet was filling up with vests and hats and things. It's like, do we really need all of this crap? Or can I just put out content that people like and we'll support the content? And then we could do things that are better than that. Like, I feel bringing back DSP Tries It, doing fun marathons, doing viewers' choice events and special milestones. That's more exciting and rewarding to the viewer than just seeing me put on a hat. You know what I mean? Actually making special content as opposed to, oh, he dressed up today. So I agree with you. I was tired of the whole, dress up gimmick, but people wanted it for a long time. We found a way. We phased it out this last year. I think it's much for the better. I'm glad. Now, here's the thing. Maybe one day we will bring it back, right? Maybe one day just for fun. And that's the cool thing, is to have it come back for a special event or something is different. So let's see. I think that the feeling of specialness and, the meaning behind it was lost when it just became a commonplace thing. It's just like anything. If you do something every day or it becomes a regular thing in your schedule, then it's not special anymore. And it kind of lost its meaning. Okay, so thank you, Jake, so much for a $50 tip. Even says, would you ever let some viewers join you in certain games like Black Ops 6? To be honest, I didn't really look into it. Okay, and the reason being, there wasn't a massive demand for me to do fan lobbies and stuff. The fan lobbies that I've tried over the last couple of years didn't really work that well. Like Street Fighter 6 died within a couple attempts. Trolls always try to ruin fan lobbies with bad behavior. Like, would you really want to be in a Black Ops 6 lobby where half the spots were taken up by trolls who just stand around teabagging me and each other and, blocking shots and being stupid? And that's what they tend to do. They're just morons, I wish that there was a way to really do it properly, but sadly, there's really not. They always, these people don't get that, like, no matter what they do, I'm still going to be here making content, loving my life, and having a good time with all of you. They can't understand it. They actually think that, like, they have some kind of meaningful existence on this planet, when in reality, they don't. Like, they were all fucking finger snapped off the planet today. It would be the same. In fact, it would probably be a better place, because they're just toxic individuals trying to ruin the positivity and fun of people who want to be positive and fun, rather than toxic, hateful, harmful individuals. So, I just don't get it, because there's no point to anything they're doing, but they still try anyway. So I guarantee you, the moment that I attempted to do something like that, oh, let's do a fan lobby of Call of Duty, they'd be all over it. They'd be trying to take up every spot. They'd be trying to ruin it for those who, for me, here's the thing. It's not a big deal for me to try to do like a fan lobby, but who I feel bad for is the viewers who really want it. Because imagine that I schedule it, I plan it, I get a bunch of people lined up to do it. We get set up, everyone's excited, and then half the people are trolls and they ruin it for the people who wanted to have it, and then it ends up being disappointing. Like, I still remember to this day, and this was over a decade ago, all right? I remember Metal Gear Solid 5 and a Battlefield game. They were both come out the same year, and I was doing my year-end, fan, what was it? What did I used to call it back then? Fan appreciation? Yeah, I had a week where I would do all fan appreciation lobbies. And, like, I remember particularly those two games, people were really excited to team up with me. and both games were completely ruined by the trolls. And I was like, I don't want to do it anymore because what's the point? I would much rather just have people realize that it's better to not have it than to have it be shitty. I would much rather not do something at all than just have it be subpar and annoying and a disappointment to everyone. And sadly, I say fan lobbies, but really what it is viewer lobbies. Sadly, are just one of the things that ultimately the trolls can control. They have the ability to kind of ruin it for everyone. And that's why I've stayed away from them. You know, by staying away from that, if you don't give those people opportunity to get attention, you know, it just makes everything better. You don't want it to bring back down your content and give people unreasonable expectations, and then it ends up sucking because of these idiots. So that's why, you know, to this day, I still don't do fan lobby stuff. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. If there really was massive demand for it, maybe one day I would look into it. But that's really why I just don't do it, because, you know, some idiot is just standing in the background, waiting to jump onto the scene and try to pee on everyone's Wheaties, as they say. You know, there's losers who just cannot wait to try to spoil something for someone else, which is really dumb. Okay, guys, if you give me a second, I gotta run and do something very quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue with the show. Like, it will be less than 60 seconds. Right back. Much content to put out there. Different games people want, different shows people want me involved in. That, I mean, no lie, just this week I was asked to be on 2 completely different shows. Not my wrestling commentary show, and not even Kino Casino. I was asked to be on 2 other shows. And I'm like, maybe, you know, I'm thinking about it. So, you know, I'm being pulled in a million directions. I'm cool. Why do I give a crap about a group of people who are trying to full-time detract me, you know? And then these people are, oh, did you know this guy's restreaming you? Yeah, I don't care. Let them do whatever they want. They're losers. They can have their own toxic communities, completely based on madness, unhinged cult-like thought. Anyone who has a brain goes over there, watches them for 10 seconds, is like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with these people? And then they move on. It's only these weird, very, very gullible, susceptible, weak-minded people who would even watch that kind of content. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would sit around watching someone who is obsessed with me all the time in a negative way? Well, who am I to even warrant having little flaws and things pointed out constantly on a daily basis? Who cares? I'm just a regular dude streaming and making content for you. That's it. What impact do I really have? You know? So why would they obsess over me? Except they found a group of very weak-minded, very hyper-focused individuals who can't help themselves than just have a mania. Because that's really what it is. It's actually insanity. It's a mania. Normal people would never feel like, act like that or feel like that. They have lives, they have jobs, they have friends, they have things going on for them that are just way more important than hyperfixating on one dude on the internet who puts out gameplay content and podcasts. You know what I mean? So I don't care about anything they do. I completely ignore them. Let's be honest, who's really at fault here? YouTube. Because YouTube's algorithms are so weak and put together so poorly. The coders are so fucking book smart instead of street smart. They don't understand that having the way their search engine works literally only promotes toxicity. You will always have a piece of toxic, negative content promoted on YouTube over a positive one. Always. And that's sad. They shouldn't have a website dedicated to toxicity and people monetizing toxicity. They should have a website that promotes the good of humanity, that tries to put forward productive and positive content, pushes it to the forefront, and then allows you to monetize it. Instead of, hey, here's 20 pieces of harmful, shameful, toxic content that hurts humanity, and let's monetize and make bank on it. Shame on them. They're a bunch of fucking immoral losers who run this fucking site. Really, the people who are in charge are immoral losers who only care about a buck rather than actually helping humanity. Because if they did want to help humanity, they'd actually push forward the good content. And they would take all these toxic scumbags and literally kick them off the site. But they don't care. They only care about the almighty dollar because they're greedy. And let's be honest, they're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to actually put in the effort to find good content and promote it. They just want the algorithm to do everything for them. So it's YouTube's fault. that all that negative stuff is pushed forward, but I don't care. I work within the system. I'm still able to make a living and make, do what I love. And I'm going to keep pushing forward positively. I don't pay attention to their shit. But you're right. It's a shame that searching for Dark Side Phil or DSP Gaming, you're going to get 400 stupid bullshit videos. And that's what I mean. They are bullshit at this point. There was one point where every video would be like WWE champions and shit like that. That boat is sailed. No one cares about that anymore. So now it's the most dumb, nitpicky, or really like schoolyard bullying kind of shit. You're insulting my looks, my hairline. Oh, the microphone didn't work today. Dumb shit. Who cares? How is this front page news for anyone? I'm a nobody, making content, having a good time, making a living doing it, not hurting anyone. I'm not bothering anyone. So why are you on my case? Because you found a way to monetize it. Because that's the bottom line. If one of these people didn't monetize it, they wouldn't do it. These fucking idiots like Doody streams. So, I'm not about the money. Then he loses his monetization. He's so salty about it. And then it's like a big celebration when he gets it back. Well, that's because you're about the money. You get it, right? Like you were always about the money. Everyone knows it. We're not stupid. You're a greedy scumbag. That's why you make content about me. It's not because you think there's meaning behind it, or it truly is entertaining an audience, or that, you're proving a point about me, or, you don't care. You're just doing it because you can monetize it on YouTube. That was always your end game. That's all of them. That's all they're trying to do is end game. They're just trying to make a buck by stealing and ripping me off. So I don't care. But like I said, maybe one day I'll hit the lotto. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have a lot of free time. I can tell you right now, the first people who are going to get sued into oblivion, because everything they're doing is illegal. Every single fucking thing they're doing is illegal. And they would be sued into oblivion. But I just don't have the means or the time to do it. I'm too busy being, a positive dude, making good content for you guys every day. I don't waste time on that, but they better just be very happy and very, very appreciative of what they've got, because one day it might just be completely taken away from them, because I have the right to do that if ever I so choose. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Okay. All right, folks, let's see what you guys want to talk about. We have a little bit of extra